Hi, and good evening. Lovely to see you. It's very warm and I've left my fan off because it makes too much noise. So welcome. Today we're going to be making a card using stripes. Now I do have a stencil with stripes on it, but I thought for those of you who don't have a stencil with stripes on it, what are you supposed to do? So I'm going to show you how to create stripes on a card. Easy. Simple as. I'll be also using the Painted Poppies stamp set from Stampin' Up, which is full of lovely poppy images. So we're going to turn you around and make a start, and I'm going to do a quick hello now and just explain what I've got in front of me and try and talk through what we're going to do. So there's the set. These come with matching dies, so you've got shapes that will cut out the main flowers and some leaves, and some other additional dies in there. So welcome, lovely to have your company. Do come in and say hello. I'm on live now, so if there's a little live button, if that's still red, then I'm live. If not, you're catching the replay. So hi there, Gina and Kim, Jacqueline, Janice, Vanessa, Tina, Randy, Sharon, Norma, Karen, Cindy, Kerry, Mary Jo, and Gina. And is it Anna or Anne? I don't know why I don't get your name. I think that's everybody. Welcome, lovely to see you. So in front of me, I'm sorry it's not great on the eyes and not great on the screen. I appreciate that and I'm sorry, apologise in advance. Didn't think about that until after I did it. I've cut down strips of 3/4 inch strips of just copy paper. And I've used my grid paper, which is just kind of a draft paper, to just every 3 sets of squares I've put them apart, so you've got a nice kind of equal layer of strips. Then I've just taped it down using some washi tape on either side, making sure there's a gap to be able to feed my card through, but tight enough so it doesn't slip around all over the place as well. So I hope that makes sense. I was inspired by a card I took a screenshot ages ago and it's been sat on my phone, and I thought, I know, I'll do that. So the card, excuse my scruffy writing, I quickly jotted it down before I came on, is by a lady called, and I think this is how you pronounce her name, sorry if it's wrong, Linda van Vellisval is how I think you would pronounce that. And she's stamping with lizdesign.blogspot.com, and she did a blue and white striped card with orange poppies. So that's my inspiration. It will be a bit different, but that's where I was inspired from. So I'm going to get a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm just going to get off any dirt from there. And I'm going to just try and wiggle and feed this card through here. Now, my theory is if you get stuck, sorry, let me just put too much stuff there, right, is that you can bend the paper. It might just help to bend those gaps. So just position your card. I'm going to butt it up against the tape and maybe use some visuals of the grid paper again to make sure that's nice and straight as I can get it. So again, a bit white, but there we go. What do you prefer being called, Anna or Anne? So I'm going to be using my sponge brayer, and I wanted a Bermuda Bay colour, but my sponges need to get a wash, but I'm just going to use them anyway because sometimes it's fun, you get to create a new colour. So when you use your sponge brayers, you want to keep inking it up, press it down slightly and ink it up in one direction about, I don't know, say 20 times or so. I'm just going to rub it off on the side to just get a bit of the excess ink off before I start rubbing it onto my card. So I'm going to use my copy paper to hold those paper still, and then I'm going to start rubbing the sponge brayer across. So you can do an ombre effect within this even, but I'm going to keep it fairly, to start with, fairly simple, to see if my technique works. Oh look, I've already got smudges. That was good going, wasn't it? Welcome, Marilyn. Great to have your company. Where are you coming in from, Marilyn? Where are you joining us from? Excuse me. Right, so scary bit. I'm just going to go in the opposite direction as well, because sometimes you do get the occasional streak across the page. Okay. Are you ready? It's like shutters. Calgary in Canada. How cool. It worked! Hurrah! There you go. So if you ever need stripes, and you can obviously close the gaps, you can have thinner strips, you can do what you like. That's just one idea. Okay, I'm just going to cover that up so it doesn't give you sore eyes. And then I'm going to use some, oh, dare I? I'm going to use an offcut of thick cardstock because I'm going to cut it out so I want it nice and stable. I'm going to do some stamping. So I'll be using Mango Melody and Old Olive. And I just want the stem to be stamped. So you can go in and the stamp and the ink at the same time to get an idea of where you're... Go vertical, I say. And then you can see where you're stamping. Now, unfortunately, this does not have a die shape, but that's okay. Welcome, Minda. Aloha from Honolulu. I'm saying that. Aloha, Honolulu. Some things are just fun to say, aren't they? Okay, so I do want another one. I could actually stamp the whole thing. It wouldn't matter, actually. Actually, I do. Oh no, I want that in a different colour. There is a reason. As I said, there is a madness behind my method. Right, because I do want to stamp... Oh, did I do it wrong? Esther, you did it? No, you haven't. Yes, you have. No, you haven't. What have you done? Esther doesn't know what she's doing anymore. Esther's losing the plot. Okay, let's go in a third time with my Mango Melody. Bam. Right, that's fine. Can always use what I don't use afterwards. So that's going to be separate. So that can go there. That can go there. And why not? We'll stamp another one because we can. So now I thought that these poppies that I'm now going to colour in were called Canadian poppies. But when I looked it up on the popular search engine, it didn't come up with these particular colours. So that lovely orangey yellow colour that you get with Canadian poppies, it came up with a just red poppies. So are they called Canadian poppies? Those lovely orangey yellowy poppies that you get. So I'm using Dark Mango Melody, which is the matching colour to my ink pad. I'm using these alcohol markers to colour in. Now, because it's on thicker card, it does soak it up a bit quicker. Now, if I'm missing comments, I apologise. I will try and catch up with any a bit later. Unless you've got a question, you can shout. Barbie said, I didn't know we had our own poppies. That's what I thought they were called Canadian poppies. I'm sure they were. So I love this. Mango Melody is like the perfect colour for this. So the the advantage of using alcohol markers is, one, they're quick drying, but two, you can blend those colours. So I've got a nice light and dark shade happening here. And if you colour tone on tone, like I've done here, so stamped in that lovely Mango Melody colour, and then colour in afterwards, then it kind of makes it even more realistic looking. So you can stamp in a darker colour if you wanted to. Jano says, I thought they were called Welsh poppies. Is everybody just going to claim them for their own, like, nationality? I've known the golden yellow poppies to be called, oh, California poppies. Maybe I'm getting Canada and California totally mixed up. It's very embarrassing. California poppies. Now, a few years ago, I did another poppy card. I seem to be drawn to doing poppy cards. Well, I got in the habit of doing it then once a year, poppy cards. And I hope I called it the right name on there, because I did a yellowy poppy on there. So this colour I'm going in with now is called Old Olive. And so the set of pens come in a light and dark, so you don't have to think about what colour to blend it with. You can obviously blend the colours with the other colours available, but they do all the hard work for you, which is kind, isn't it? It's nice of somebody to do all the hard work for you, not to have to think too much. And even like if you think you're not an artist, it doesn't matter, because all the artwork is done for you too. The creativity is in putting it together and in choosing the colours, which can be an art form in itself. I didn't want to colour that green, but that doesn't matter. Oh, magnolia trees, they're beautiful, aren't they? Yeah, don't talk to me about beach breeze. I'm sweltering here under 3 lights with no fan on. Have sympathy. Okay, right, we want to cut these out. So I'm going to bring in what I've named the beast. Now, the beast, don't tell him, might be replace or her. I haven't decided what it is yet, him or her. There is a new one in the new catalogue, which isn't available just yet, but it will be soon, one day soon. Just got to be patient. Oh, first time here. Welcome, Mary Jo. Where do you live? Oh, I'm in the... I thought you said something else. Sorry, I thought you were saying about something to do with the live. I'm in the West Country. The West Country. I'm in Wiltshire, in England. Mary Jo, welcome. Can everybody wear it? Welcome, Mary Jo. And if anybody else is here for the first time, then do shout out and you'll get a warm welcome. You might think about Remembrance Day. Yes, we have Remembrance Day as well. So I tend to do a poppy card around Remembrance Day. So I think I even have a playlist dedicated to it. I'm sorry, you can't even see what I'm doing. So I do this, I show you this part because sometimes there are people that might stumble across my channel, have got no idea what this is, how it works. So this is called a die. And as you can see, it fits perfectly around my stamped image. And I'm rolling it through the machine and it cuts it out for me. Like so. And you just pop it out. I'm not going to show you the other side because it's a boo-boo. A bit of card that I can use up resourcefully. Now, I will cut out the stems. And that just gives me a chance to catch up with your messages. Don't forget you can subscribe to my channel. I do come on live every Tuesday when I can. And I'm on Facebook, do a Facebook live, then come over to YouTube and do a live over here. So get it all done at once. Okay. Oh, I haven't quite finished with my machine, but might have to see it later. Right, so when you're cutting, don't cut a whole bit of card. get yourself cut down a little bit closer to what you're cutting out. Makes life a lot easier. Okay, now don't worry, you're not going to watch me cut out everything all night. I'm not going to be here just cutting, you watching me cut things out. In order to keep the look of the card, I'm going to have it, and it's easier for cutting, I'm going to keep a white border around the edge. Good morning, Vicky. Oh, Vicky says, I had to decide, do I watch Esther or do I put in an order? Vicky, there should be no contest. You go and put your order in, love. Oh, dear. That's quite funny. That's how much you love me, Vicky. I'm really touched and honoured by that. Thank you. Righty-ho. So just give this a little squiggle. There, that wasn't too painful, was it? I will go ahead and cut out another one, though. This one, because you might end up using this one. That's loyalty for you. People are... so because the catalogue... Oh no, it wouldn't have gone live yet, is it? It's not quite the date yet. Oh, that's all right. Panic over. So for those of you who don't know, Stampin' Up, which is the company that I demo for, I'm an independent demonstrator for them, and I get to use and actually be able to sell the products that I use, which is great. And every year they come out with a new catalogue, and in between times, probably got the biggie coming out on the 3rd of June. So I thought the order was going to be for some new goodies, but it's not, because it's not the 3rd of June yet, not even in Australia. Okay. Janice says, ladies, can't you multitask? Right, so I have said flowers. Now, some of you have heard of what's called stamp surgery, where you cut the stamps themselves, which for some of us is quite painful to do. For others, excuse me, it's no biggie at all. Now, I'm just trying to search for some... I need to be. I've just read a comment from Linda that says, Esther and Ruth, who's my sister, are stamp set enablers, which means we use it and we enable you guys to buy it. That's the plan. No, it's nice to really cut it in the wrong place. I just think it's good to show versatility of what you can do. Now, we were talking about that seal stuff earlier on Facebook, so we've got some new, look, you're attached. Got some new tape coming out. It sounds like it's already on back order in Australia. Oh, I'm loving this already. Oh, the bright colours are just so summery. So pretty. Okay, so I was talking about surgery just now, wasn't I? Okay, so instead of necessarily cutting your stamps, you can cut your stamped images. So what I'm planning to do here, I'm going to show you, is cut this flower off here carefully, like so. So I've got the stem, and so I can reattach. I'm not doing surgery. What's that called where you're grafting, isn't it? See, look, I've got a bigger poppy head there, and then I can reattach the other poppy there. Although I'm just going to cut away that greenery bit because it might look a little bit odd. I could even Stevens. Oh no, look, there you go, that works out well. So if you just draw it down a little bit, well, okay, that's a little bit too close, but there you go, it shows you what I meant. Honestly, phone, you do have a mind of your own sometimes. Okay, enough already? Just thank you. Okay. So isn't that fun that you can like mix and match your poppies? You don't have to, you know, it doesn't have to be as is. Okay, so the other thing that this particular lady did was to have a frame on her card. So the poppies were down here like so, a bit different to mine, hers, but something a bit like that. And then she had a frame up here. So in order to do the frame, in the other dies that come with this, you've got the leaves and the one to cut out the other poppy, and you've got 2 frames. Now if I cut that out as it was, it would just cut out that piece of paper. In fact, I'll show you, shall I? Yes, I'll show you, because sometimes it's not always easy to understand until you're shown. So I will show you. Visuals is always a bit easier to understand, isn't it, than words. So let's do that. So I'm going to put that. Esther, stop saying so. I'm going to put it, run it through the machine again, and you'll see how that comes out. So it comes out as a solid, but it has a gorgeous embossed edge. Look at that. Okay, so it comes out as a solid piece is what I'm trying to get at. And then in order to make a frame, I'm going to cut this piece, or put this piece rather, inside that one. Okay, so that's going to cut out the middle. So that kind of attaches nicely because this is magnetic, as you can read from the writing. Janine is staying up till midnight to wait for the new catalogue to go live on the website. Oh, it is tomorrow. I am right. So is it the 3rd in Australia? So that cuts out that. Okay, so now you've got your frame that you want. I'm going to pop that there, pop that there. And I'm going to cut out one more shape while I've got the machine. Oh, sorry. I keep getting my dates muddled up. I think I'm a day behind. I think that's what my problem is. I'm a day behind. Okie dokies. So now we've got this lovely frame which we can have there. And I think it could do with a sentiment. So I'm thinking could go happy birthday. Let's just grab out, here's a card. I made you a card because you're worth it. I mean, to go to the trouble of making a card, you know, a nice card, not that you don't make nice cards, but you know, if you go to the trouble of making a card. Right, let's have a little thinkies. Do I use black or grey? Would be nice. Next to me I've got some grey granite that could work. So I've got a stash here of offcuts. So I think I'm going to go in with grey granite. And so the little sticker on the back is nice and sticky, so it just adheres to these acrylic blocks like so. This is called grey granite. Sorry, that lighting is... There we go, that's better. Let me give it 2 or 3 taps. Tap, tap, tap. Nice and juicy ink pad, so we don't have to worry about that. Take your time, hover, press, stamp. Let's do it one more time. Might need a bit more ink on it. I think it might need re-inking. There we go. I'll press tap. That's better. Just needed a bit more ink. Don't apologise, Jacqueline. Jacqueline's asking a question. Which dies did you use for this frame? These dies are called painted labels dies, and they go with this poppy stamp set here. So you've got enough to cut out this, this and this, but you get extra frames with it. So you get the swirl, you get the doily, you get the lacy edge, and you get these two as well. So I've set that inside there to cut it out. Great to see you, honey. Kerry says she likes using grey for scent. Yeah, it's a nice colour to just sometimes. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my punch. Sometimes black can be a little bit harsh, can't it? Now this is quite a useful shape to cut out little tag endings. So you lift that through like so, and just find the middle of your card like that, and lift it up the other side. Linda, the stripes, Beth, Bermuda Bay. Okay, the sentiment is a bit bigger than what I thought, but I'm going to go with it, okay? That's fine, we'll go with it. So I'm using some multi-purpose liquid glue, which gives you room for wiggle, call it wiggle room, so a chance to move it about if it's not in the right place, and then it sticks fast. Right, let's see about our poppies, shall we? Mary Jo says, I need a break from having card classes here for that long. If you're wondering what she means, I was on Facebook. Were you on my Facebook just now, Mary Jo? It is quite, it can get a little bit exhausting, but I think once you're on a roll, it helps me amongst friends as well. So I'm going to stick this one flat. I don't know if you meant that, Mary Jo. No, this is, so the colours I'm using are Bermuda Bay, and this is Mango Melody. So look, do we want our poppy? I'm tempted to have the poppy flat because I want that one to stick up. Yes, let's do that. You know, you can change it up, change the dimension. Now I'm just going to have the poppy ever so slightly tilted, because I think if it was on kind of blobbed straight on, it might look a little bit odd. Okay, and then you do need a cup of tea when you're doing this. So I watched the Facebook first. I was a Stampin' Up! Donor for 12 years. You were. So does that imply that you're not anymore? Yeah, it's great, isn't it, Beth? I tend to use that punch for the edges more than anything, actually. Very handy little tool to have in the box. So punches can be used in lots of different ways, not just for how they're intended, shall I say. Okay, I would like to see if I could get at maybe one more card, and I'm going to do here's one I made earlier with that, and I've got, here's one I made earlier with these. So I'm just going to bring these out and see if we could just knock out maybe one more card. So I'm going to go back in again with my striped design. So once this is set up, I mean, obviously you can only tolerate so much, but you can just keep reusing this. So just going to, actually I can line it up where I had it before. Bye, Deborah. Thank you for joining. Right, let's go in again with Bermuda Bay. Has Deborah gone off to place an order? Did I miss that? This time, let's just take a little bit of the excess. So these sponge brayers, they're great because they hold the colour, but then you can do some really great ombre effects with it, unlike your traditional rubber brayers, which I suppose you can do ombre, but these just kind of soak up the ink more. Okay, so I'm going to try and go darker in at the base and try and make it look not too, you know, I want it to be a blended ombre, if that makes sense. Yeah, the advantage of doing this yourself is that you can decide on the width, things like that, whereas if you had a stencil, you're kind of dictated to with the sizes and the widths. If you set it up as using window sheet to make a mask, it would be permanent. That's a good idea, Jacqueline. So Jacqueline's saying if you have window sheet, which is like acetate, then you can create your own mask or stencil. But I just thought for the sake of those that might be crafting or don't have those at hand, you can do it this way. Right, let's just see what else we can do with this design. It's too many. Right, I think that's probably a bit too many. Can use that for another. Oh, look, you could do another card and have that. Like that. Let's just swap that out and just to see what that looks like. I like the idea of it coming out the frame. That's quite fun. Okay, we'll do this one and then I'm going to call it a night. Because then you've got, you know, you've got other bits that you can play with afterwards as well. So blue would be good. And this time I will pop up the poppy. So that's gonna, we want this one first in the middle. So thank you so much everybody watching live at the moment. It's lovely to have your company. There are several ways in which you can show your love and support me. And some of them are free. You don't even have to, you do have to lift a finger, but it won't cost you. Some things will, some things won't. You can give me a thumbs up when the video is finished. Please, thank you so much for commenting along, and I will try and catch up with comments in a second. You can comment after the video to let me know what you thought of the idea or of the cards. You can subscribe to my channel to catch my videos. If you hit the bell notification and press all, then you'll know when I'm live or when a new video pops up. You can, super chat enabled, so you can help me monetarily, if that's the right word, or if you prefer to PayPal, if you want to donate to my business. It all goes back into my business to buy new stuff. You can become a customer. So if you're in the UK, Germany, France, Austria, or the Netherlands, you can order from my online shop at stampinstarcreations.co.uk. So these products I'm using today, all the products I'm using today, you can get. I sound surprised, don't I? I just sometimes use some brushes that aren't available from my shop. But any questions, ask away. Welcome, Marilyn. I love this technique, and I do have the sponge brush. Oh, sorry, Marilyn, you were here before, so you can play later. Fabulous. If you do play and you want to, where's my nice pen? It's in the other room. Please do join. Oh, that's not very big, is it? My marker pen is not where it should be. I have a Facebook group called SSC Inspired and Shared. If somebody could type that in, that'd be great. That's over on Facebook, so you can feel free to share your Stampin' Up work on there. I have my Facebook page, which is Stampin' Star Creations, same name. And I go live there first on a Tuesday at 8:30 UK time, and then I come over here on YouTube to do a live here. So I will do something with these leftover bits, but I need to go. But for now, folks, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's cards. I love the colours, just saying. I hope you love them too and get inspiration. Thank you so much for your company. Thank you for commenting along. I will just have a quick peruse to see if I've missed anything. So Jacqueline's suggesting the clear sheet from, like, from packaged goods is thick enough to use. So if you get like a toy or something in that clear packaging, you could use that to create your own template as well. Thank you for that lovely suggestion. Oh, Cindy got prayers in her order last week. Goody. So Cindy, can you remind us how many you get? 2 handles, and I think it's 3 sponge heads, and these just slip off, so you can wash those, and they're interchangeable, and they're a really good price as well, actually. Jacqueline didn't realise that this die set came with the stamps. Mary Jo, yeah, decisions, you got to decide what you want to do, but you obviously gave it a good go. Lovely to have you on here, though. Hopefully I haven't missed any more comments. The colours are great, aren't they? Lots of fun to be working with. Thank you so much. I'm just going to quickly turn around and say hello or goodbye. The face behind the voice. Oh, thank you, Mary Jo. It's really nice to have your company. And we're a lovely community of crafters and watchers here, so thank you. So don't forget, you can hit that subscribe button to catch future videos. Please give a thumbs up. It is a free way of showing your appreciation, and it just helps with the YouTube algorithms. And you might hear me say, for those of you watching regularly, you'll hear us say that a lot, but it does actually help. So take care, everybody, and hopefully I'll catch you again next week. Thank you, Marilyn. Nice to have your company, especially if it's your first time. I'm not sure, maybe you have been before. Take care and God bless everybody. Thank you. Debbie, I'm just about to go. Catch up on the replay. All right, everyone. Lots of love. I'm going to get inky lips now. Bye. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye.